On March 2nd, 2026, the Detroit Lions traded running back David Montgomery to the Houston Texans. There is a speculation among fans that the Lions got fleeced. If anything, Houston got fleeced. I'm here to show you why.
Breaking news from the NFL. Adam Schefter reporting that the Lions are trading running back David Montgomery to the Texans.
The Lions received a 2026 fourth-round pick, a 2027 seventh-round pick, and center Juice Scruggs, while the Texans got David Montgomery. That's a haul for a running back. Probably the second biggest haul for a running back since 2020. First, obviously, being Christian McCaffrey. Third and fourth, probably being like Tank Bigsby to the Philadelphia Eagles for a fifth and a sixth. Not much. Joe Mixon, a seventh-round pick. For the, big names. That's not much. If the Lions got a player and two picks, a seventh is not much. But Montgomery already requested a trade, most likely. He came out and said, I did not request a trade, when there was, a lot of rumors. And then he got traded 2 days later. We might never know what actually happened. There's so much secrets inside the NFL. You probably never know exactly what happened. Maybe Brad Holmes comes out and says why, or at least part of a reason, or a twisted reason of why he got traded. But my guess is he requested trade and just won it out. I don't think he has anything personal against Detroit. Well, he's about to be 29. And that's a big concern for the Texans. I think people make too big of a deal about a running back turning 30. They don't just hit a wall at 30. But it is a big problem for, long term. Maybe if they get 2 prime years out of Montgomery. Maybe 3. Maybe. And you already have Woody Marks, who play pretty decent. You have Joe Mixon, he's going to get cut, most likely. The Lions, they have, maybe if they pick up someone in free agency, maybe not. Maybe if they nail for a 4th-round pick, maybe not. Brad Holmes does not get enough credit for what he's done in Detroit. People say, he's kind of soft. I feel like he could be more aggressive. And by the way, Juice Scruggs, he is not going to be the starting center for Detroit. He was, if anything, an average center for the Texans. He is pretty young. In 2024, he was ranked 15th best center in the NFL. Middle of the pack, out of the 30 qualified centers or whatever. If you moved him to left guard, right guard, he was basically unplayable. He was really, really bad. But at center, he's been decent. Has he been great? No. Good? Not really. He's been decent, and maybe if the Texans' O-line in general has not been very good, but this is not a blow for the Texans. Maybe if the Lions develop Scruggs a little better than Houston did. Once again, maybe not. He's not going to be the left guard or right guard, or he's not going to be a guard for Detroit. He's ranked 78th out of 81 guards of 2025. That's really, 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 really bad. That is not good. Basically bottom of the league. But for a center, which is the Lions' main need of the offseason, he was decent. Is he going to be the starter? Probably not. Lions are probably going to get someone in free agency, and maybe for draft, but not prefer for draft at all, because it takes a while to develop them. It's kind of waste of draft pick. Just go pick up someone in free agency, or maybe develop Juice Scruggs a little better than Houston did. This trade frees up around $3.5 through $6 million of cap space in 2026 for the Lions. And while it's not much, but the Lions could get maybe if it helps them extend Jack Campbell, Brian Branch, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs. It's not much money, like I said before, but it is better for nothing. It frees up some cap space. It's going to be help for sure. I think this is a very good trade for Houston. It's a win now move. Past 3 years, they've won a playoff game. They have not been to the AFC Championship. I think they are a very good team, elite defense. CJ Stroud, he's not been as good since his rookie year, but I think he can boost it up and be a lot better. His line is very, very below average in general, not just Scruggs when he was there. I do not think this is a bad trade for Houston at all. A 4th-round pick, a 7th-round pick, and a center and Juice Scruggs for Detroit. That is not bad. If they nail, maybe if they find a gem, maybe if they find a Brock Purdy, someone kind of like that. I'm not saying a quarterback. Maybe if they find a gem. Honestly, probably not. I would have kind of preferred a 3rd-round pick instead of a 4th and a 7th. I'm assuming the Lions asked for a third instead of a fourth and a seventh, but my guess is Houston said no, because that's a pretty high price for a running back. And running back is not very valuable anymore. I think Gibbs is, but, Saquon, etc. But Montgomery was a very valuable piece for Detroit. He blocked very well. On short yardage, he was very, very good. He did not make the explosive plays like Gibbs has. And the O-line for Detroit was not very good in general. Very inconsistent. I do not think Montgomery is better than Gibbs. But Montgomery can really pay the payment. If the O-line is struggling, I think he can really he's a lot better at it than Gibbs when the O-line is struggling. To be completely honest, nothing against Gibbs, but I think this is a decent trade for Detroit. It's a good win-now move for Houston. This is the biggest haul they possibly could have gotten for Montgomery, most likely. Probably no one is willing to give up a third for Montgomery. I mean, probably, honestly, someone. If they get a player out of it, if they get 2 picks, 7th round pick is kind of useless, but for the Niners, with Brock Purdy, they found for a franchise quarterback. I honestly do not think this is a phenomenal trade for Detroit by any means. It's good for both sides. It's building for the future a little bit for Detroit. It's a win-now move for Houston. Maybe someone slides in the draft, like Shedeur Sanders did last year. He was projected to be a first-round pick and went all the way down to like 5th round. Maybe if that happens to the Lions, maybe if they can draft like a defensive end, maybe offensive line, maybe center, something around the defensive side. It's probably not going to be much. This trade frees up cap space for Detroit, which they do not have much. We're probably going to restructure Goff's contract, maybe St. Brown's and Sewell's, maybe Kirby Joseph. Speaking of Kirby Joseph, something's wrong with his knee. He himself even said, my knee is really messed up. And he should be back for the 2026 season, so maybe if he draft a safety. Maybe if he draft a cornerback or a safety. Brian Branch, if anyone remembers, he actually played corner in his rookie season. So maybe if they move him back to corner, maybe to replace Kirby Joseph. Probably not, though. Maybe. Lions pick up Kobe Bryant from Seattle Seahawks. He was pretty decent. I will give this a B or an A for Houston. Maybe a C. I'll give him a B. It's a nice win-now move. If it can improve for O-line, Montgomery is going to look phenomenal. And for Lions, it's building for the future a little bit. It's building for the future. It's maybe if they pick up a really good dude in the 4th round, maybe 7th. I wonder if they trade for 7th to get a higher draft pick to it's like an add-in for a trade. It's not much, but it's an add-in. I'm sorry I kind of got off subject there. I hope you guys are having a good day. God bless you. Jesus loves you. One Pride Detroit. Stay delusional.